Yo, what's up, Aries? Welcome to your monthly forecast for the month of August 2017. Aries, I'm posting daily astrology on my Facebook page, so check it out. Head there every day. Read the forecast for your sign. You can find my page by typing Gregory Furlan in your Facebook search bar, so it's a really cool way to stay in touch with what's happening with your sign on a daily basis. This forecast is for Aries for August 2017. The sun is going to be in the sign of Leo throughout the month of August 2017, Aries. And Leo's your fifth house. It has to do with romance. It has to do with having fun. If you have children, it has to do with your children. It also has to do with creativity. And the sun's going to be in this area until August 22nd, and then the sun is going to shift into Virgo, and Virgo is your sixth house. That's to do with your work, your daily life, and your health. So throughout the month of August 2017, Aries, you're going to be busy with all the things that I just mentioned. You're going to be more romantically involved. If you have children, your children are going to factor more into your life. And if you're a creative Aries, this is a great time for working on a creative endeavor. And this is a joyous part of your chart, too. So you're going to have a great time throughout the month of August 2017, Aries. And then when the sun shifts into Virgo on August 22nd, then it's going to be time to put your work hat on. But those are the main themes for you, Aries, for the month of August 2017. Now I'm going to talk about some more specific major astrological events that are set to occur this month and what they mean for you. Right off the bat on August 3rd, Uranus, the planet of serendipity, goes retrograde, and it's retrograding in your sign. So it's going to retrograde for quite some time. This retrograde period lasts all the way until January 2nd, 2018. So this is quite a process, Aries, and this is in your sign. Uranus is retrograding. Retrograding is where the planet looks like it's going backwards. It's not really going backwards, but it looks like it is. Well, what does that mean astrologically? Well, R for retrograde and R for release. So potentially some of you, Aries, not all of you, are going to be releasing something important from your life. So think about what in your life, Aries, is really important. So potentially something is on its way out of your life that's very important. And this process could happen all the way from when Uranus starts retrograding on August 3rd, and it could last all the way up until January 2nd, 2018. So that's not going to happen for all Aries, but some, yes. Other Aries, potentially this is a review. R for retrograde, R for review. So potentially you're reviewing something about, this is in your sign. Uranus is retrograding in your sign, Aries. So potentially you're reviewing something about yourself. Maybe it has to do with self-improvement, or potentially for some of you, Aries, might be trying to get a new beginning off the ground, and for some reason you might not be able to get it off the ground until 2018 when Uranus starts to move forward again in your sign. On August 4th, Jupiter is in Libra. Libra is your seventh house of relationships. It's making a challenging angle to Pluto, which is retrograding in Capricorn. And Capricorn is your 10th house. That's to do primarily with your career situation. So this is probably something where you're anticipating some sort of big transformation of some sort regarding your career, and potentially it could fall a bit flat. So if you feel like you're on the verge of a breakthrough on August 4th career-wise, and it just doesn't pan out the way that you want it to, then don't be disappointed. It's not, whatever is happening with your career situation, Aries, it's not quite ready to move forward yet. There's going to be some planets making positive angles to Pluto in your area of career, and that's going to happen in the fall of 2017. So I think that's something to look forward to then. But right now, I think maybe something is just not ready to move forward yet in your career life, Aries. On August 7th, there's a full moon. And this is no normal full moon. This is the lunar eclipse. And it happens in Aquarius. And Aquarius is your 11th house. And your 11th house has to do with technology. It has to do with your friendships. It has to do with social media. So potentially sometimes lunar eclipses have to do with a breaking away of sorts. So Aries, who in your friendships, there's just maybe some people in your friendships who are just have, your association with them potentially has gone past its expiration date. So what this is going to happen is potentially some Aries are just going to move past or just move on from, particular friendships or group associations, or maybe even a particular group of people altogether. Aries, maybe you've been associating yourself from a friendship standpoint all your life with a particular group of people, and now following this full moon lunar eclipse on August 7th, you've sort of outgrown this group of friends, Aries. You're ready to move on to greater territory. You're ready to move on to greener pastures. So that's not going to resonate that way for all Aries, but potentially some, yes. So typically lunar eclipses have to do with some sort of significant breaking away, and this is a fated event. So these are, fate plays big time with these lunar eclipses, Aries. So that's how it'll potentially resonate for you. This happens to do with in your area of friendships, or for some areas, this is also the area of technology. Potentially, there's some sort of breakthrough regarding technology or social media, or something that comes to fruition regarding social media, potentially following the full moon lunar eclipse on August 7th. On August 12th, Mercury is retrograding in Virgo. Well, it begins to retrograde in Virgo, and once again, retrogrades where the planet looks like it's going backwards. It's not really going backwards, but it looks like it is. What does that mean astrologically? Well, it's going to be retrograding in Virgo until August 31st. And Mercury has to do with communication, and Virgo is your sixth house of work. So potentially communicating in the workplace might be a little bit challenging. So you might not be able to get your point across. Potentially there's going to be weird stuff happening with your computers a little bit, or your electronic devices at work are going to be acting up a little bit. And this is going to happen all the way until August 31st. And then Mercury is going to retrograde actually so much that after August 31st, on August 31st, it's going to change signs. So it's going to go backwards so much it's going to go backwards into Leo. And I'll talk more about that when we get there. But it looks like there might be something hung up a little bit on the work front all the way up until August 31st, after August 12th, when Mercury starts retrograding. On August 17th, on August 13th, Leo, the sun is in Leo. It's making a positive angle to Saturn, which is retrograding in Sagittarius. And Sagittarius is your ninth house, and the ninth has to do with faraway places, foreign cultures, has to do with spirituality. And the sun's in Leo, that's your fifth house of your romantic situation. So potentially there is some sort of positive development happening right around August 13th, and it has to do with love and potentially a faraway place for some of you. Or if faraway places aren't factoring into your life right around this time, then potentially you have an attraction for someone who's from some sort of foreign background potentially, or some of you might even be attracted to a spiritual figure of some sort, or potentially this could be highlighting some sort of association. I mean, there's some sort of love attraction that potentially is being brought to you by a higher power. So you and somebody potentially in your life are meant to be, and potentially you could get a glimpse of this, or whoever this person is, right around August 13th. On August 17th, Venus, the planet of love, is in Cancer, and it's making a challenging aspect to Jupiter, which is in Libra. And this suggests that, well, Cancer is your fourth house of home and family, and Libra is your seventh house of relationships. So, whoever you live with in your home, like maybe you live with your significant other, you might not have the easiest day with your significant other on August 17th. If you live with them, potentially you may have an overinflated expectation about how you and this person are relating, or what's happening with your relationship. Maybe you're very hopeful about your relationship with your significant other, but maybe they have an opinion that's otherwise. So if that's not the case, it might just be sort of a difficult day between you and potentially somebody who's in your home. On August 21st, there's a new moon solar eclipse in Leo, and Leo is your fifth house of romance. So potentially some of you Aries have a new romantic interest coming down the pike following August 21st. And the way new moons work is the new moon's going to hit on August 21st, and then the 6 months that follow August 21st, somebody could come into your life for romance, potentially, Aries, and it could be a new person. So if you are happily coupled up, then this just means new stuff coming down the pike for you and whoever's in your love life right now. But if you're single, or if your romantic situation's not going so great, then you can expect in the 6 months that follow August 21st that there may be somebody coming into your life for romance, and it's someone new. So think about your love life, whoever you haven't been with in your love life before. I mean, potentially somebody new could be coming in the 6 months that follow August 21st. And this is a new moon solar eclipse. This is not any normal new moon. This is the second eclipse of the month. This time it's a solar one. And, once again, these eclipses have to do with your fate and your life path. So Potentially someone who you're meant to be with is going to walk into your life in the 6 months following August 21st. Aries, on August 25th, Saturn turns direct finally in Sagittarius. It's been retrograding in Sagittarius since April 6th. Retrograde, once again, the planet looks like it's going backwards. It's not really going backwards, but it looks like it is. What does that mean astrologically? Well, Saturn's been hung up in Sagittarius, retrograding since April 6th. So potentially, this is your area of faraway places, foreign culture, spirituality. Potentially, maybe some of you wanted to go to a faraway place, but it didn't happen. So maybe after Saturn moves forward again on August 25th, you'll finally be able to go where you've been wanting to go to. That's a distant location. Now, if it doesn't have to do with that, this area has to do with adventurism. So potentially some of you feel like where has the adventure been in your life? You feel like it's been escaping you. So once Saturn moves forward again in your area of adventure on August 25th, potentially your life could become more adventurous. Aries, that's all I have for you this month. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you've enjoyed it, make sure to subscribe, share, and like. I'm on Instagram, Gregory Furlan Official. I'm on Facebook, posting daily astrology. Thank you for watching. Have a great month, and I'll see you next time.